going to be Dan. Dan is going to have initiative. Here's our screen is up now. So everyone should be able to see what's happening.
Got the asteroids going down in record time. I've never seen faster asteroid placement in my life.
Listen, these guys are ready to play. Dan is not happy that he has initiative.
Well, first, I guess, should we explain to the folks at home what Jank Tank is?
Well, I think if you don't know what Jank Tank is, turn the stream off and go think about your damn life. No, definitely. Let's explain what Jank Tank is. Volume is a little low. Let's see if I can crank that up. If I have any way of doing that. All right. So, Sam, start talking so that people can hear you about what the Jank Tank is. And I've increased your volume.
Sure. Well, it is basically 2 randomly generated lists. You pick the faction. I think on Yasby you can modulate a lot of things.
Yes, yeah. There's all kinds of choices, like, what's your maximum bid you'd like to allow for? What, do you want to prioritize more ships versus more upgrades? Now, for these, I'll tell you, I went right in the middle, and I opted to have a maximum bid of 2 for each of them. All right, keep going because your explanation was spot on.
And I think as of today, you can actually modulate which expansions you want to allow when generating a random score. That's a new feature.
So I didn't know that, but
yeah, I think it happened after you generated.
Oh, good. So it's brand new. Yeah, I had to tell it that I didn't want to limit it just to my collection of ships, which doesn't include any first order ships. So for Dan, he would have flown nothing.
I don't think Dan, who is playing the first order, I'm not sure his collection of ship includes any first order ships either, because I've only ever seen him play the Separatists and Scum in real life.
Yeah, that sounds right for me too. I know he's never really played first order in any sort of competitive sense.
Right.
But he actually asked me to randomly generate his randomly generated list. He said randomly generate the faction. He went full jank.
He's truly committed.
He's truly the jank master.
And then I guess the last aspect is to control for totally useless upgrades. They're allowed to swap one upgrade in the list for any other upgrade in the list across ships. So you could take an upgrade off one ship and give a totally different upgrade to another. The limitation is if, you get a slot maybe you wanted to put an upgrade on is otherwise occupied by another useless upgrade, then it makes it a little difficult. So there's a little bit of list building strategy. I don't know. So you told me before, we'll just go down Joe's list.
Yeah, sure.
He's on the rebel side here. He's got
Joe's
Shara.
tonight.
Yeah. Well, I really like Adam Driver, so I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for the first order.
Fanboy has logged on. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I've been logged on since 2015. Yeah. But Joe swapped out Daredevil on Wedge, so he's got Wedge with just S foils, which is an unbelievable draw in Jank Tank.
Yeah.
And then Gina again with no upgrades. Is the start of a real list. This wouldn't be weird to see in a list that someone had not randomly generated. Then you get to Miranda with Targeting Scrambler, which or it's called now Tactical Scrambler, which is not so standard. Miranda was a really popular ship in first edition.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't work quite the same in second edition because she does not have all the ways to get extra attacks to use her ability, which is roll 1 fewer die on a primary attack to recover 1 shield, or spend a shield to roll 1 additional die. Used to not be the primary attack thing. It used to be you could use it on secondary weapons, and that's why she was maybe the most popular ship in the history of the original game.
Actually, you just reminded me. I had pasted the original list in the overlay, so I'm fixing that right now because, yeah, you're right. So he did drop Daredevil, and he added R3 Astromech to Shara. And then Dan, if we'll take a note before I change it, Backdraft has the absolutely worthless Tactical Scrambler. No, Trajectory Simulator. Fully worthless on that ship. He has no...
And expensive.
Yeah. He dropped that, and he added ion torpedoes to Kylo
That's almost a good jank tank draw because it's so many points and it's so worthless. You have a lot of options for what you're going to replace it with.
That's right.
Um, yeah, so R3 Astromech on Shara. Shara's ability is you can spend a target lock to add a focus result to your roll when performing a primary attack.
Okay.
Also has the stipulation of Miranda's. It has to be a primary attack. So the reason Shara is not played so much, Nora had her same ability in first edition and was a darling, much like Miranda, but has fallen out of favor. So he's got a lot of first edition veteran ships here in Wedge, Miranda, and Shara. But the R3 Astromech will help. So when he takes a lock action, he can lock 2 ships, and then he'll be able to hopefully hold on to the second lock for later and set up a situation where he has taken the focus action, and the idea of spending a lock to get a focus result will not be worthless. But that's the problem, I guess, with Shara's ability in the arc, is that it's tough to get the 2 actions she needs to set up that combo.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you don't, at her initiative, you're not always guaranteed to be in range to get a lock when it's good for you, and then you want to get the lock, and then you're going to need the focus to spend. So you usually need some sort of support to give you that focus, or you want to be higher initiative, so you're definitely getting your lock early.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I could see Shara, or even Shara A-Wing version, getting some play now that Hera and Ahsoka are out there.
Sorry, I'm just going to fix. I forgot to remove this stuff. Let me just clear that up. There we go.
But as it stands, she's not a huge powerhouse ship, but
right.
R3 Astromech helps the ability work. And then, do you want to talk about Dan, what his list is and what he added?
Sure. We're actually just getting underway here, so I'm going to start our timer, I think. If you want to just let them, or you want to just let me know when they seem to be making first moves, because you should have the chat open. I do not have the chat open, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I can start the timer even, or I'm sure they will. But...
All right, so Dan also got a pretty great draw for Jank Tank. Truthfully, you got Kylo Ren in the silencer. This format for First Order, this Kylo plus 3 friends is a great just list format in general, right? So Kylo Ren, he's got predictive shot, which I don't know if it's going to come into play too much, but when he when he performs an attack, he can spend a force and then limit their defensive dice to the number of hits and crits he got, right? So he can kind of, there's nothing really high, there's no real high agility ships in Joe's list, so I don't know if that's going to come into play too much. He's got ion torpedoes, which are just the cheapest torpedo he could fit, and mag pulse warheads, which are pretty cool. They give you a deplete. They waste some of your tokens. They do some other random crap. Let's bring that up because I have no idea what it does.
I think they do a crit damage, and they give you a deplete and a jam.
Yeah, look at that.
If the attack hits, those 3 things happen, and
yeah.
There's no additional.
There's no damage. There's no damage done, but still, that's, for a higher initiative piece like Kylo, that's something pretty good to do, because you can really ruin Shara's day.
Well, they've started the timer. He lost the initiative roll, so that may come into play.
Yep. I've started our timer here.
Screaming out here, Lieutenant Revis, which is another great ship that he drew. Kylo is like the best ship to draw in Jank Tank, maybe period, because the First Order basically has Kylo lists, and it has swarms, and you're never going to randomly generate a very uniform swarm. Probably not. So you really can't go wrong once you've gotten Kylo. And he got some good ships.
Yeah, well, Backdraft is strong as well. Backdraft, he's got the turret, so he can shoot out of the front and back, and he'll keep his turret pointed back the whole time. Actually, right now it's pointed front, so maybe Dan doesn't know to keep the turret pointed back on Backdraft. But when Backdraft is shooting at the back, he gets something.
Yeah, it gets to roll an additional die.
All right, yeah. See, that seems good.
It's good.
And on Backdraft, he's got homing missiles and Snapshot. And Snapshot will be useful if another one of Joe's ships completes its maneuver in that 2 range band. Dan will just get a free shot on him. No mods, no nothing, just a free shot.
Only works out the front.
That's only out the front, correct. Only out the front, only range 2. Then we have a Zeta Squadron Survivor with automated target priority and fire control system. That's the TIE SF. So that also has the turret to be shooting out back or front. And that automated target priority kind of takes away a little bit of the choice, but gives you a special bonus because he'll have to shoot something in the closest range band. Yeah, his only valid targets are in his closest range band. But every time he misses, he'll get a calculate token to put onto that card that he can take before he engages, right? So he'll be able to kind of hopefully stack up some mods to just help him. He can take that target lock instead and then have a double modded shot. Zeta Squadron Survivor also has fire control system, so he's really going to try and get a lock with him because that'll give him a reroll and then hopefully some calculates. So he should have some good mods. And I have no idea what Lieutenant Revis is, but you said he's good, so why don't you tell me?
Lieutenant Revis, if I remember correctly, is a ship at range 1 to 2 gains a red or orange token. You may acquire a lock on that ship.
Yeah, it is absolutely right because I'm reading it as you're saying it, and that you're 100% correct. So red orange token, that's going to include all kinds of stuff. That's going to include.
Yeah, I mean mainly when enemy ships get a stress token. So if lots of ways that can happen with Gina with the B-wing. Less likely to happen with Miranda, but Shara if she barrel rolls or does a K-turn. So that ability will probably come into play. We're onto the second.
Yeah, we're moving quite a lot. They are heading right towards each other. Well, that's going to maybe come in a little effect too because it says orange token, so that jam token is orange, right? So the Magpulse warheads hit, that's going to immediately give her the deplete token as red. Like, there's a lot of options here. Or taking a target lock. Like, Kylo's going to want a target lock for those ion torpedoes. So there's going to be hopefully a lot of opportunity for Revis to grab that free lock and get some work done.
Miranda slams. That's an orange token.
That's right. The weapons disabled. Yeah, for sure. We didn't talk about, or maybe you did talk about Gina. Gina is a B-wing pilot you don't see a lot of. Did you mention her ability or lack thereof?
No, I don't think we mentioned it. Which is, starting the engagement phase, she must transfer 1 stress token to another friendly ship at range 0 to 2.
That's right.
It's not. I mean, I've seen lists where they play Gina with Ezra pilot, where stress tokens make his force more powerful.
Right.
There's no
well, I mean, she also
no,
not in this list, but I mean, she also pairs reasonably well with someone like Jack Porkins, who can just eat the stress, or with Braylon or Ten, the other B-wing pilots who use the stress. Right. I've heard her talked about a lot using advanced sensors on her, so she can still get an action every turn, and she can kind of just be doing those 1 Talon roll or 2K moves every turn because she's throwing that stress away. And you may not remember this. I remember this pretty fondly. The last tournament for me before the pandemic, before everything shut down, you and I played against each other, and I had a list with Gina. She had just come out, and it didn't go well.
I can't say I remember the exact game, but I do think Gina is a ship that's better to draw and Jank take in real life, if for no reason than she is an I5 3 attack dice ship. It's just, a ship that can get simultaneous fire with Kylo, a ship that could initiative kill, backdraft, just a great complementary gun to. Now they're moving. I guess we should talk about
what's actually happening here. Yeah, I mean, so it looks like Joe is going kind of in. He didn't start in a formation, but he's moving himself into a formation, just trying to come right up the middle.
Right.
And I think if Dan goes for that joust, it's not going to go well for Dan.
He's funneling himself, Joe. I mean the rebel player.
Yeah,
funneling
Joe.
Himself through the middle of the rocks, which I guess my concern would be. These medium bases can just get in the way of Wedge and Gina.
Right.
On the other hand, if he flies them far enough in front, then they could lay blocks for them. Dan's obviously doing the exact opposite, which is he is
right.
Spreading his ships out and trying to opt out of any jousting here. I will say now that Miranda and Shara have gone slow around this debris cloud, they're giving Kylo a lot of latitude to flank. He could, if he does a 5 forward and then boosts right, 3 straight. Same
That's
basic effect.
same
He's
basic,
set
yeah.
up that same lane.
Well, and then
They
remember,
both have back arcs, but it's
Yeah.
it's tough to do damage to Kylo with 2 dice.
yeah, right. Well, yeah, they both are 2 dice deck. So Miranda's ship is shooting 2 dice front and back, and Shara is shooting 2 dice at the back, 3 dice at the front.
Right.
Yeah, Kylo is just an all around. You can't ignore him. He's a strong ship. He's hard to hit. It's a good. I mean, it's a 3 attack, 3 agility ship just in general. So it's tough.
So Gina has failed the lock, but she should lock an asteroid here because of the mag pulse. Honestly.
Well, you're the chat master if you want to remind them.
Or if I don't know if he has to is the thing. So I don't know.
If he's just can elect not to. Yeah. Well, the other thing that we mentioned earlier was Dan has both of his TIE SF arcs facing forward. However,
not such a big deal because it's a white link action off every action on.
So anything they do, he can just say, "I also want to rotate," and it's no problem. I think we're getting our first shots here. Kylo is shooting. Who's he shooting? Looks like he's shooting Shara. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, I'm guessing Shara because I think Miranda's obstructed.
All right, let's if you could just real quick remind Dan to use the dice box. And it looks like we got 1 shield down on Shara right away. First blood goes to Kylo Ren. Mark it on the board. Mark it on the big board, Sam. First blood.
I think you're marking it on the big board.
Oh, son of a bit. You're absolutely... Well, pardon my French. All right, that is 1 shield down on Shara.
They said sorry, and I said no. And I said no problem.
No apologies here. Except no, but flip the table. We're done.
Yeah. I mean, this is a good position for Kylo, but the thing about Kylo in almost any matchup, but especially in these archetypes where it's Dan has lucked into, where it's Kylo and a few heavier pieces, is that you can't ignore Kylo, but you also can't really pay attention to him.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Because if you ignore backdraft,
it's very squirrely, right? And just like it's tough to outposition him early in the game. You kind of, my attitude in a lot of these kind of matchups is rush as fast as you can towards the other ships, so that you can put damage on them, so that you can then pay attention to Kylo in the mid game. Joe hasn't gone super fast. He's more consolidated, so he's going to have to kind of commit this turn. I think.
Well, and the other thing, I mean, right now Dan is in a little bit of a tough spot with Kylo, because had he done what you had said, had he done the 5 forward and boosted, he would have much more open maneuvers, because he can't 3 bank right now. He's going to end up right on the debris. So he really can't squeeze himself right in there for that range 1 shot on the side.
I think he needs to go 4 or 5 straight. Because I just don't think, because of the asteroid placement and the way this is developed, Joe has no way to threaten Kylo. Wedge can't face him, because if he 2 turns, he'll hit the rock. Gina can, and maybe he will 1 bank with Gina and then barrel roll focus, or just focus or target lock or whatever to face Kylo. But she's not going to have a lot of help, because I don't see a way Shara can really threaten Kylo. And she can bank a lock on him with R3, but
I mean, truthfully, if there's a ship in this list that can face down Kylo, it's going to be Gina. She's got the shield and the hull to deal with it, and she's throwing the same amount of dice at him, right? So there's a chance that she does something and then is able to just kind of leave and get away with it. And again, even if she does the 1 bank and then the barrel roll focus, she loses that stress. So the next turn she can, do that 2K turn and hopefully end up behind him. Ooh, on the debris. I hate to see it.
I mean, I think he did the right thing turning Revis around, because I think he needs to get in this fight. There's no reason to be coy with the Revis, because he's so cheap.
And no consequences for that debris, just the stress token.
Just the stress, and it's the bluest dial in the world. But he's going to hit it again, so he's going to miss out on actions for a while here. Right. Yeah, I hope he goes pretty fast with backdraft, because I think you need to threaten, because I just think this is the pincer, the proverbial coming together of Kylo and Backdraft. Maybe
Right.
you're a little coy because Wedge is scary, but um,
Yeah, Wedge is scary, because he's gonna come at you and he's Wedge. He moves less, he shoots first, and he's gonna make you dodge less.
he also may be trying with this one bank just to. So he's going to try to set up the homing missile here, but he's also probably trying to, get the biggest range 2 band to snapshot one of these guys.
Right.
We'll see what Joe did. No, that gives
Okay.
him a nice shot on Revis.
Yeah, but also, I mean, that's like no consequences for that high SF. That's gonna have a nice shot right into his side.
Yeah, I mean, he just needs to
And also, I mean,
focus fire, I think.
there's
Yeah,
a chance Dan has 2-turned with Kylo right into Miranda there. I don't think that's what he did, but there's a chance.
Yeah, it wouldn't be disastrous.
No.
I mean, he'd take a tough shot from Shara maybe, but I assume he's going to lock Revis and Kylo here. That makes the most sense because potentially could have either in his arc.
Right.
Um,
So the first one on Revis, like you said, good call. So you remember he took the upgrade to get a second one?
if he
Yeah,
forgets
see.
his-
No, he got it. Yeah, he got it. And the other one on the TIE SF. Okay, I don't like that because you can't shoot him. You already know where that guy's going to be. He's there.
I don't mind it for next turn because again he's wow.
A 1-turn. All right.
I mean see, this is why I would have locked him with Shara to protect against that.
Right.
This opens him up to potentially Gina. I mean, I don't know if Gina can go one forward without bumping, but
I don't think that would fit.
Wedge could certainly do some kind of 3-bank. Maybe a 3-turn fits. I don't know. This puts Kylo in more arcs than he needed to be, maybe. Gonna go for the lock. I assume he's gonna try to shoot a mag pulse into Shara, maybe.
Interesting he's locking Shara, not locking Miranda, and just taking 4 dice with his 2 force backing it up. That would be...
Yeah.
That's a nice shot.
So, Gina did bump, but now he's got Kylo Nark and...
Wedge is going right into here with backdraft.
Oh, he forgot to do check for snap before he barrel rolled.
Yep.
It's a May, so I can't really remind him. I just feel my pain. I mean, it's tough when you play Jank Tank to remember all your upgrades because you didn't pick them.
Because you didn't pick them, and they're usually weird, right?
Right.
All right, so we got Wedge shooting on backdraft.
Ted, can you point to the dice tray? I can't point to it.
No, I cannot.
Oh, there we go. I think they figured it out. Okay,
Yep.
so here's Wedge. Oof. Triple blanks. No mods, but no hits. So...
Do me a favor and just remind them to roll. Make sure it's in. Try to center on the dice tray, and that'd really help.
In the
All right.
middle of the dice tray.
Yeah, the middle, in the middler. All right, here comes Kylo with a shot. Let's see who he's going for. Oh, we're firing ion torpedoes, which has to be going at Shara. Guess you need the lock.
Yeah. So, I mean, the max damage here he can do is 1, and then he can potentially ionize her, which would put her in kind of a weird spot.
True.
I would rather go for damage here, though. Jeez.
Shit, what? Especially with rolls like that. Good God,
I know.
Dan.
That could have been, a crit into... That could have been a crit into Miranda, right? If
Yeah, right. Exactly. She is ionized, and she does take 1 shield damage, right? So we're going to mark that 1 shield off. Bring her down to 1 shield left on Shara. She is ionized. It's all the ion tokens that you can have.
So here's... Oh, so he doesn't have Revis. So this is going to be an obstructed range 2 shot into Kylo, which is... It's not a great shot with Kylo's got the Force.
Right.
And no mods for Gina, so she rolled a crit. It's fine.
Now, is Kylo's ability after defending, correct?
Mm-hmm. So he could use it here. There would be no downside. But it's not...
Did he spend the Force?
He didn't, so he's not going to use it.
No, I mean,
It wouldn't be a
did he
terrible
spend the
idea
force to change? Didn't he only roll eyeballs?
No, he had one evade.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that.
But yeah, he could put the panicked on Gina. That would be kind of a funny one to put on her.
Right. Yeah, just made force her to get rid of
start passing stress
all the time
to the rest of her team. Yeah. So this is backdraft into one of the bigger ships, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm. No damage there though.
Yeah, and then so now the medium base rebel.
Here's Miranda. Looks like she's going for. I'm gonna guess she's going for Revis.
Yep, and I think he's gonna spend a shield to roll 3 dice.
Smart.
Yep, I think why not? I mean, Miranda's not going to generate enough offense otherwise in this list without barrage rockets.
Well, and truthfully, Kylo skipped taking a shot at her, so she's not taking many more shots. A shield.
Yeah. That's another reason maybe Kylo should have shot Miranda. Just take her ability offline. At least the spending to roll extra version of the ability. And now, Shara also into Revis.
Okay.
Oh, he's maybe thinking about shooting Kylo. I don't know about that.
I don't know. With Kylo, he's into Revis. Revis is getting 4 dice, and Revis is not as valuable a target as Kylo. So maybe going into Kylo is try and get rid of some of his force, try and just put a little pressure on him.
About, I just wouldn't do it. How's he doing that?
Yeah, how is he doing that? Nope. Yeah, 2 hits into Revis.
Well, you can use the target lock to re-roll that die. You just can't change it to a hit automatically. Right. So he's not going to spend the lock.
And 1 is going through, looks like.
Yep. I would have Ionize next turn, so...
Right, so the only thing you're doing is focusing next turn. Although, I mean, with Char's ability, she wants to focus next turn anyway.
Yeah,
she wants to save block and she wants to focus.
Yeah, it would be a mistake, I think, on...
Joe's part.
On the part... Well, no, I was going to say... on the part of the First Order, if we leave Revis in her arc next turn, knowing where she's going to be because of the Ion token.
Right.
So I just don't think she's going to get that opportunity to use her ability. Like, I think Dan is going to 2-turn with Revis.
Right. He'll still go over the debris again, but just, to get off it and get out of arc. Yeah.
Get out of that firing arc, so who's shooting now?
This is the TIE SF that is shooting, and he got the 1 reroll from Fire Control System.
So he's doing 1 damage to Miranda. No, she's spending the focus. So, yeah, another reason to shoot Miranda, maybe with Kylo focus fire there.
Exactly.
And Revis? Shot? Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be obstructed into Miranda or unobstructed, range 3 into Shara, so we'll see what he picks. What's interesting about this list to me, this Rebel list, is that this has generated two pilots that are now in A-Wings, right?
Yeah.
Like, just not in their original ship, though. Right? So Shara and Wedge are both pretty strong pieces in the A-Wing. Wedge, obviously, more so.
Strong 3-to-1 female to male ratio.
Yeah, happy International Women's Month.
Yeah, we did it. So he's shooting into Shara, so 1 hit, she'll get 2 dice on defense. Yeah, I think they're just checking the range again. It's definitely range 3. I think he's doing the right thing shooting Shara. It's just not a great shot.
Right.
A lot of guys, I think, gave up their mods on this turn.
There it is.
It takes 1.
All right, that's one more shields down on Shara. Yep. Not quite half points. The arcs, they got a lot of health in them. I love seeing a Rebel arc on the table. It doesn't happen ever, but I love it.
I think it might
even if it's on a virtual table.
I think it might happen more now that I mean it's a ship that It hasn't been in hyperspace yet. I don't think. So,
Is it in hyperspace now? No.
No, I don't think so. And I think it's the kind of ship they maybe. It hasn't been re-released in second edition as a Rebel ship, and
Right.
it's kind of. I don't know if it's the old canon where the Rebels flew the Ark, but
I don't think it was canon. I mean, it was old expanded universe, if anything.
right, which is the kind of stuff I think they're gonna maybe re-release last, if at all.
Well, and
unfounded speculation.
Yeah, I mean, well, the recent report was that they're going to do fewer and fewer re-releases of things. They even came out and said that if they canceled the 2.0 Raider. You scooch those red dice out of the dice box for me.
Can I pick things up? I think you have to. Can you do it?
Yes, apparently I can.
Yeah, because I'm the spectator color.
I see.
So Shara no dial.
Yep.
All right, so that's a big problem for Gina, and that's another reason why I wasn't crazy about the way he condensed his ships.
Right. Yeah, so Gina's either going to have to move fast, which she's not going to want to do because the 3 bank on those is red, right? So to even if that would get past, which I'm not positive it would.
No, I think it would bump, and even she can pass that stress token, but she's still going to lose her action either way. Wedge is in a nice spot. That's the good news for. He's going to be turning in here. I'm sure he's going to 2-turn and look at everybody. Now the only downside is, he could be easily blocked by backdraft, or in a situation where if backdraft goes 5 forward, he says either I'm blocking you or I'm taking a really nice shot in my back arc.
Exactly. Yeah. So if backdraft goes fast 4 or 5 and rotates backwards, then Wedge is right in that, and the backdraft's getting the extra die. And if it's range 1, he's getting 2 extra dice.
I could also see Kylo just saying, I don't want to be around all these medium base ships. I don't want to be around Gina. Just going really fast, and also threatening Wedge. Basically, I could see. I think maybe if I was in Dan's position, I would turn all my ships towards Wedge and just say this ionization bump fest going on over here, I want nothing to do with. The other thing is Miranda has no turnaround maneuvers.
Right. Well, she's got the back arc though, but having slam is essentially having a turnaround maneuver,
Right, but it's a delayed one, right? You're basically giving up a turn to turn around. So it's going to take longer, and he can, he can't ignore Shara, but he can maneuver his way so that he's not in her arc, and he pretty much can ignore Miranda. So 2 bank with.
So he's going to clear stress, get himself a stress right back, roll.
Yeah, is he going to
no
block?
Consequences?
I'm afraid Shara is just going to have him in arc here. And have a 5 dice shot with her ability.
Yeah, right. I'm
a little concerned.
Revis, no.
Revis, you're in danger. Also, Revis should have a target lock on Shara because she took those ion tokens.
Was she at range 1 or 2 though when he did?
Oh,
She's at range 3.
Also, I don't. Is it an action? No, it's an acquire lock.
It's acquire lock. Yeah, but she was range 3 for his shot, so he was out of range for the ability.
Well, he might have an opportunity. Yeah, so he's doing the opposite of what I said. He's not. He's doing basically what I said with backdraft, but I would have gone a little faster to make sure I got the back arc.
There he goes. There he rotates.
Because now Wedge can barrel roll out of it.
Correct.
Which is still kind of a win, but I would have gone a little faster.
Right. Yeah. Because that'll be the second time then that he's denied Wedge a mod by his positioning.
Right. Although
now
the missed snapshot.
He can shoot. He can shoot his missile out the back. His homing missile.
With the ability.
In fact, he may be required to shoot it out the back. Truthfully.
Yeah. The other interesting thing here is that he has made it so that if he remembers, he will snapshot Shara.
Right.
If he remembered.
See now, if I'm Joe with Miranda, I am probably taking the turn to disengage and just slam. I'm probably doing a 3 straight and then a 3 turn.
I think you 1 bank and you shoot here, and then
you think so?
You worry about it later. I would use her ability again. Like I'd consider maybe locking.
Oh sure.
Revis, or maybe focusing because you don't know where Kylo's going to be. They just gave Backdraft a better arc.
There we go.
Yeah, I'd focus here with the thought that you are content to shoot anybody that falls into the back of that bow tie arc.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty nice shot on Lieutenant Revis right there.
Right.
So, assuming he
but
survives Shara's shot.
Yeah. I was just thinking in terms of focusing.
I hate these ion tickets.
Oh,
TTS, yeah, it's just, they're so fiddly to click. This, I really miss, you gotta miss the real life for this.
The ship has a 1-4 on its
I know, yeah, just set the dial. There, we did it.
Yeah,
Oh, that
so
one,
that's...
that's...
He's gonna murderize Revis here.
Honestly, maybe. That might be out. I can't really tell from the angle here. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see in a second. But oh.
Wow. All right. Kylo just...
Yeah, I think
Kylo's, I think...
here. I mean, not crazy, but...
Not crazy. He is out of both medium base arcs, though.
Right. And he has the option just to get out. But you are giving up, your probably your most potent gun here by disengaging.
Yeah. Well, and depending on what Gina does, like maybe he ends up with
a boost forward. I would link a boost forward here with Kylo. Just gives you a lot more options. Nope. Okay. So yeah.
Listen,
maneuvers. I'm not rooting for people. I'm rooting for maneuvers.
I'm rooting for everyone to have a good time because I'm having a great time, personally.
That's why we're here.
That's
yeah. Gina, this is working out really nice. I mean, the good thing about a medium base being ionized is, you're one straight with your small base behind it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, the medium bases, they always go farther than I expect them to. All right, so we're doing a target lock from Gina.
I
like Lieutenant
that.
Revis. Yeah, I like that too.
You're shooting. And
there's Wedge with the 2-turn. And does he stay?
He forgot snapshot again.
Does he stay in the back arc here and take that dynamite shot on?
Oh, get out of there. Get out of there. Yep. Good man. Because this is still a pretty good shot, no matter who he chooses to shoot, because of Wedge's ability to reduce his agility.
Now, I will say to Dan's credit, Dan was bold enough to be playing a faction he's never played before, and Joe, I know, is a rebel player.
He's a rebel guy.
He is a classic rebel guy.
I will say about Jank Tank is you're kind of torn between wanting to play a faction where you know everything, maybe like your home faction, and also not wanting to pick certain factions that have too many possibilities, if you know what I mean. Like,
a scum Jank Tank could either be the best list or a list full of ships you've never heard of, right? Which in my case,
Republic Jank Tank, even for such a young faction, is risky because they have so many crew slots and expensive crew.
So this is Wedge into Backdraft.
Yeah, Wedge with no mods.
No mods, yeah. So sad one.
Bunch of eyeball results. I still think he did the right thing, though.
Hey, he still got one through.
Yeah, no. That's the power of the ability.
Take that, Backdraft. It's the power. Yeah, the power. Wedge is strong. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. The other dangerous thing with Republic, I love Republic, right? But the really dangerous thing with doing a Jank Tank with Republic is the config slots. You could end up with, a Delta 7 with neither CLT nor 7B, and then that's a 2-die ship that sucks.
It's just a decent A-wing. It's just a pretty decent A-wing that you're paying a lot of points for.
It's too many points.
Oh, Gina. Probably wishing she had focused here. But
we're going to spend that target lock.
Revis here. Setting up the kill shot, hopefully, for... Oh.
All right, well, hit crit on Revis. Let's see what he comes up with here.
He gets the crit through.
All right, that...
already lost a shield.
It's a crit. Let's see what that crit is.
Table power regulator.
Okay.
So he will be ionized if he does not get murdered by Shara. Flash murder.
It's options.
Shara first.
Right, Shara's got no other shots, so we're hoping to see that as the next shot here. But Backdraft is actually going to get to shoot first.
I want to see this Shara shot. As much as I'm dismayed that this is happening, I just want to see the ability. Like, I want to see the old school 5 hits here. So this is Backdraft, probably into Shara.
Yep. Does he have the lock on Shara? No, Revis has the lock on Shara. That's he's good. 2 hits. Who needs mods?
These are more powerful than mods.
Not Dan. Ooh.
So
No results.
that'll
Shara
be
is taking
half
2.
points. Yep, that's right
Certainly
over
half
threshold.
points.
5 damage. But she is going to get her points with here.
Puts Dan in the lead here for just a moment. A moment of glory for Dan. Dan is up 27-14 right now.
27?
27-14.
I think it'll be tied if he kills Revis. I think Revis is 27 points, if I remember correctly.
Revis is exactly 27 points.
Yes!
There he is. Here's the big shop. We're going 4 dice primary. And Shara is going to be able to remove that lock and add an eyeball result, and then hopefully spend her focus and really do something.
Oh, yes.
It's exactly what we want to see.
It's happening.
We spend the lock. You tuned in the right night for the right night, folks. And only on NYC X-Wing do you get 1.0 in 2.0.
And this is
5 hits.
The kill, right?
Almost definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because he rolls.
Even if he rolls
base,
natties. Let's see him roll it, though.
Almost.
Almost.
Oh, that's beautiful.
All right. Rest in peace, Lieutenant Revis. Yeah, we're all tied up here. 27-27. The Jank tank giveth, the Jank tank taketh away.
Giving entertainment, and that's what's most important.
Yeah. Happy Sunday,
here
everybody.
At the same initiative, Miranda will shoot before Revis is picked up. The cocky thing here would just be shoot Revis just to rub it in his face. Which can happen with automated targeting priority.
That is actually a really important thing to point out, yeah. So even if the ship has died, if it's the same initiative step, you do have to shoot the dead ship.
If it's the closest ship at any range band. Alright, so Miranda is using her ability again, so he's going to spend the focus here for 2 hits into the generic SF, I'm guessing?
But yeah, he's shooting the SF.
He's reading his card. Yeah, you can't get the automated targeting calculate until your initiative comes up, which is a consideration here if he had rolled any focuses, which he didn't. So this is a pretty good turn for Joe. So
yeah, it really is.
Kind of a comeback turn, I think, just in terms of where things are going to set up next turn. The only thing I don't love is Wedge, by barrel rolling out of Backdraft's arc, is a little siloed into where he can fly.
Right.
Can't really threaten Kylo, I don't think, until Kylo does a 3-turn and they shoot each other at range 1, but...
yeah, I certainly don't think Dan's out of it here. I think...
he wrote Dan. He wants to delete a ship.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. It's going to be a weird look for just a moment. Have to bring the player names up. Oh, it's all happening. Excuse me. It's all happening here.
Yeah, Dan's name in TTS, or on Steam, I guess, is Napoleon Nelson. Wow. Joe's starts with a J, so I keep saying Joe because I see the J, and then I keep almost saying either Bonaparte or Nelson Months when I look at Dan's name. I'm spacing constantly here because he's a pseudonym.
I'm not looking at the TTS screen. I'm looking at my overlay here where I have very helpfully written Dan M and Joe W.
Yeah. So here is the generic SF, I guess range 2 into Shara. That's 1 more damage on Shara.
Oh boy.
That's a little bit of an unfortunate range 2 there. But... And then back to Dials.
I think so. Would have been Revis. May he rest in peace.
Yep. Never used his ability. He was too far away. So what are we thinking here? This is the Miranda goes away turn. Which is
yes,
a little bit of a respite.
Miranda, I definitely see her just doing a left turn, maybe a 2 left, then a 2 bank, or a 3 left and a 3 bank, something like that. Some big, wide, sweeping slam.
I could see a 2. She could chase Kylo. That's one thing. Wouldn't
So,
be too crazy.
I don't think she is. I think maybe. I think she's going the other direction though. I think she's really doing a true disengage.
I actually I'm gonna guess 2 left turn like you said, and then maybe just rotate the arc inward just to have that pressure on them.
Yeah, that's not a bad move either. Because then you're almost definitely going to get another shot on that SF, and I mean it's 2 shields down, you know.
Yep, and then you basically become a really crappy Millennium Falcon, just circling the asteroids with your bow tie. But because she has no front-facing weapons, she doesn't really have to worry about, engaging in the front, despite the mini missiles and turrets on the ARC model.
Oh, God,
it's like a Rob Liefeld designed X-wing ship.
It's the most jacked ship you've ever seen with a 2-die gun.
It was an X-Force. It was a 90s X-Men ship. Wolverine crashed it into a Sentinel.
And so I think, Miranda's going to move first, kind of get out of the way, and I think Shara's going to be doing something. Now, if Miranda really gets out of the way, Shara could 4K, which should conceivably get her out of the both TIE Fighter arcs and have her set up to come right back in, which would be not a great shot for her on this round, but it would be a better setup.
I think, she still has the target lock on yellow. So
she does, yeah, okay.
I think maybe Miranda 2 turns right, rotates arc inward. That opens up Shara for the 4K. It puts Miranda in the most threatening spot possible. I mean, it also puts her in a spot where she can be shot, but I think if Dan wastes a lot of time shooting Miranda, Joe is going to be happy because Gina and Wedge are the threatening pieces here. Kylo is... I kind of wish he had boosted last turn so that he could just have an easy 2-turn 2 bank decision here.
Is the 3-turn going to fit around that debris? I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, but that's more of a commitment because then
listen. Kylo's got to commit at this point. Like he's been out of this fight for too long. Dan is a ship down. Joe is maybe going to lose Shara, which isn't the strongest piece in his list right now. So we need Kylo's got to get in there and start doing anything.
Yep. It'll be interesting to see what Gina does because one bank could really threaten yellow, but also
no Gina. Let's. I'm rooting. There's the 2-turn from Miranda.
So probably no K-turn from Shara, which is interesting.
I'm really rooting for the Gina 1 talent roll to the left, expecting the Kylo 3-turn.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not saying it's a good move. I'm just saying that's what I want to see.
Yeah. You're an honest man.
Don't get me wrong. It's all bad all the way down. Oh, here we go. It's slam time, baby.
I think Joe's given up. Oh, he's slamming. Yep, that's interesting. So now I think it is the K-turn from Shara.
Yeah, we got the disarm token.
I think I would have turned the other way to do it, but gives him the same basic effect, and this will maybe
just 2 straight. Now, let's just note that Lieutenant Revis, now that weapon's disabled, is out there on the field. He's gaining a lock in heaven.
Yeah. She does have a lock on yellow.
Yes.
So, here, mirrored snapshot.
Oh.
Better late than never.
2 dice, no mods. Here it goes.
Ooh.
Okay, we got the crit.
Oh.
It's disrespectful. Snaked out of it. And now Shara gets her focus token.
Yeah. So now the thing is she gets the fully modified Shara shot, albeit on the reduced gun out the back. So she rolls 3 dice with the potential to get to 4 with the ability.
Right. Here's Kylo with a talent roll.
Ooh.
Defying expectations. Red moves from Kylo Ren. Hey, he's in the fight now.
Pete, do you want the good news or the bad news first?
Give me the good news.
The 3-turn did fit.
And the bad?
He didn't do the 3-turn with the 3-turn template. Oh, and here's the talent roll from Gene.
Hell yeah!
Oh we're getting the max violence turn here.
I'm in. I'm here for this.
I'm psyched. Yeah, I'm happy.
Everybody's stressed. Gina's going to have to give that stress to somebody.
I had all this Gina analysis I was going to do, and now I don't care anymore because of what's happened.
You know what it is? You got to take the mind of a crazy person like Joe and pair it with the mind of a crazy person like my own, and there you go. Then you know. When you play Gina, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Who has a target lock on Wedge? That is a question from the chat. Who has target lock on Wedge? It is Backdraft with target lock.
Yes, this is a huge backdraft shot.
So what is the range on homing missiles? Is it 1 to 3?
I think it's 2 to 3.
2 to 3. So he cannot homing missile on him. But he is going to get the extra dice. So it's going to be 4 dice coming from Backdraft. We cannot see what that roll was. Can you let me know?
Yeah, it's 2 hits, and he's spending a target lock with Wedge, so 3 hits into backdraft's 1 die. The tough thing for Dan here is that even though he has Gina at range 1 of 2 ships, is I don't think he's going to shoot her. I think he's going to shoot Kylo into Shara because of the target lock, and then then backdraft into Wedge.
Well, that's yeah, but shooting Shara is not a bad choice because he can maybe get Shara off the table with the right roll
I'm
this turn,
I'm not saying it's wrong. I think that would be the right sequence, but it feels a little bad.
It feels bad to have 2 range 1 shots that just don't get taken. I agree with you.
Gina didn't pass her stress token, so I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, that is a must. Get in there, tournament organizer.
Yep. Judge.
It's a flag on the play.
Probably no big deal. Gonna give it to Wedge. Yep.
Yeah, Wedge isn't going much anywhere next turn. He's going straight or banking.
Just pass it to Kylo. Pro gamer move.
just in real life, you just take the stress token and throw it really hard at your opponent across the table.
Yeah, it doesn't affect anything that happened, but it will be important next turn. Not a big deal to give it to Wedge. Right. I was gonna say with Shara, this she set up nicely for the back arc shot. Ooh. I think it would make sense to give it to Shara. Do they have a blue 1 bank?
I believe I can tell you in just a second here. The blues are the 1s and 2s, straights and banks. So
okay, so
they can do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, and also makes me feel better about, or it doesn't make me feel better, but it makes more sense that he did not K-turn this turn with Shara, right? Because the 1 bank next turn will
it'll clear that.
Not be so bad.
Here's our Kylo shot into Shara, range 3. Yep. Let's see where it goes.
Just natties, just a 2 crits and a hit.
Yeah, no problem.
She needs to roll.
She needs to. She needs at least. Yeah, she needs something. Oh. Yep, no, she got it.
She's spinning the focus. So 1 crit.
Well, let's see what that crit is, though.
Ooh, direct.
Ooh.
So I do think that helps with. It takes 1 temptation off the board for Dan, which is to shoot her with backdraft, because
right.
I think backdraft really wants to shoot Wedge here.
And I think that's the right choice for backdraft. All right, here's the Gina range 1 shot into Kylo. No mods here, unfortunately. Gina not like the other B-Wings.
Ooh, that's a nice roll, though. 2 hits and a crit. Oh, 2 blanks
boy.
And focus. That's an easy force spin, but that changes
still
the complexity quite a bit.
That is shields down on Kylo Ren, and yep. Kylo does not like to have shields down.
He's 1 hit away from a massive points hemorrhage.
Yeah.
And
just again, I know we visited this earlier, but just to reiterate, this is Dan's first real outing with the First Order, and it's a totally randomized list, right?
Yeah. So
I'm sure Dan has played against quite a few Kylo Rens, because they're out there.
I think this is all going really well for Joe right now, because the good news on this turn is Kylo took the Gina gamble paid off, and Shara's going to shoot, so it's like,
right.
And Shara's going to have a nice shot.
Here's the backdraft shot into Wedge, out the back.
Into Wedge. Yep. This is the second most exciting shot of the game so far. More back arc, extra die shenanigans this turn from Shara and
That's
backdraft.
Gonna be 4 dice in the Wedge. Now this could be a big shot too. Wedge
as a target lock. Doesn't have a focus, I guess. Oh, 2 hits, 2 blanks. That's a good roll.
So spend that target lock. And then Wedge has no mods, right? So, potentially. Yeah, hit it crit.
2 hits and a crit. Oh, the natties. This is...
It's disrespectful.
Everything's coming up, Joe.
Still, that's, 1 shield off of Wedge, right?
One on Wedge, yeah. To start. So, Miranda no shot. Weapons disabled, or because disarm token, it's called now.
Oh, it's not weapons disabled?
Yeah, change it to disarm. We always say weapons disabled. We're teaching you the wrong thing.
That's true. Yeah, I'm not a first edition player. I should clarify that. I'm a baby second edition boy.
Yeah, you're learning incorrect English from your parents.
Yeah, backdraft does have no shields. Thank you, Thespis, in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Fix that. I'm
so
overlay.
Now we're going. Shara. Oh, she's done it again. She's gonna spin.
Is she gonna get the extra?
Yeah.
Oh,
she has
dear
a focus,
God, dear
right?
God. Yeah, she does. She does.
Yeah. It's hidden somewhere. Oh no, she doesn't have a focus. I thought she focused.
She had to spend the focus on defense.
Oh, she's spinning on defense.
She has to spend the focus to
Oh,
swap.
that's so sad. So 2 hits. So he takes one. So now yellow and backdraft are both. So all games shift with field break.
No shields. Which actually should really put Dan back into the separatist mindset, which is where he's really comfortable. They don't have shields either. So now here is the moment for Dan.
If this was a real list, all of his fanaticals would kick him now.
Yeah, this is a list where he got to pick all of his upgrades. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, maybe back. Maybe I mean. Yeah, I think so. Joe is up. You know.
Now here's hopefully
points now.
Hopefully the kill shot. Yeah, Joe is up 70 to 27 right now.
If he blanks on this, it's gonna be.
Yeah, he needs 2 hits to guarantee it.
Okay, that's a kill.
Yep. Okay, so Shara is definitely going to be dead. There you go. Get his ass. I'm not rooting for anyone in particular, except I am rooting for Dan.
Well, we want a close game. It's like the NFL, you know. We've got a lot of gambling going on.
What's sports? Tell me about sports, Sam. I don't know anything about them.
Nashville Predators won in double overtime again tonight. So
oh, great. Do the Mets still suck? Everybody's injured.
Yeah, everyone's hurt.
So everyone's hurt.
AAA dudes. Yeah,
fantastic.
They bought a center fielder from another team's minor league affiliate.
For like what, $20?
I bet for like 10,000, and then he batted third that day. So
hell yeah!
That's the state of the Mets. They're buying minor leaguers and then putting them in the middle of the order. Okay, so
this upcoming turn here, Gina has hard decisions because. Well, no, she can do the same thing. She can one talent again.
Yeah, I think it's one talent again. All day long. That's the nice.
That's
thing
the power of Gina. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And, yes, she gave her stress token to a ship that was on the endangered species list, so that stress is gone basically.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly, so the points are not so lopsided.
No, we're now at 70 to 53. So Dan is still in this game, right? Kylo Ren is a strong ship.
But and he has 1 damage on Kylo from a deficit, a pretty big deficit, and Wedge can I6 and his ability push that damage through.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's the 1A priority for Dan on this turn is to get Kylo not in Wedge's arc.
Which is so he's stressed, which is going to make that tough. They don't have the blue 3 bank.
He's stressed and he's facing a weird way, which is why I don't love the Talon roll because I realize it got him the shot on Shara, but
he can't. Yeah, so the 2 turns not going to fit because Dan is first player. He's going to have to be moving before Gina, so Gina's still going to be there. He can't 2-turn. He's going to have to maybe straight. I mean, does he 5 straight and just like run a little bit?
I think the play. No, I think the play here is still 1 turn left.
Mm-hmm. Just hang on to your stress.
Block Gina's Talon roll, and then hopefully catch Wedge out of position here. Yeah, Wedge. If you 1 turn left, Wedge is either going to have to bump you, fly by you, or worst case he K turns and he shoots you with no mods. Right. So, now he does have to worry about Miranda a little bit because she's coming in hot and she has 1 more shield to spin for her ability. I wonder if Joe is wary of the Kylo block potential here. And Dan said his dial's pretty quick, so he had an idea of what
Dan is committed. He's a man of action.
He's Dan the man of action. It's on his baseball card. I don't know what more to tell you.
It's actually on his driver's license. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's what kind of name is McLovin?
A family name.
Yeah.
So what's Miranda's play now? I mean, she can just kind of smooth on in however she wants. She can just go straight, rotate that arc, and she'll be out of the range of that SF. She can slam again if she wants to, but I don't see that coming.
I don't think she has a 3-turn, right? So I think a 3 bank or a 2 bank maybe keeps the most arc.
Miranda does not have a 3-turn. She has a 3 bank, 2-turn.
I would 2 bank because I think that is the most. I wouldn't slam again unless you really.
No, I wouldn't slam again. I would probably just one or two straight and rotate the arc. I wouldn't even.
Okay,
bank
so
it.
Backdraft is doing a good maneuver, I think, because now if Wedge K turns,
Yeah, he's still range
you can
one
really punish him with the back arc.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little awkward for next turn because we know he's gonna 2-turn, right, to not fly off the board.
Right. Yes, he has to.
Yeah, but for this purposes, he's setting himself up for a big potential turn, and if Kylo turns here, there's a he's going for a big swing. Barrel roll.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, but the barrel roll gets him almost definitely a decent shot on Gina.
Yeah.
And if Gina gets blocked, that's that's one die with no mods. There's that 3-bank from
Yeah.
from
The
Miranda.
only downside of the 3-bank is he might not have arc on it here. Depending on what Kylo does. Yeah, I think he's thinking about a rotate arc action.
I think he
which
almost
again
certainly
would
should
make,
rotate the arc. There you go.
Yeah. But a lot of ships without mods right now because of these actions.
There's
Okay,
Kylo with
Kylo's
the 5K.
being, safer.
5 straight, excuse me.
Not the cool thing I was advocating.
Yeah, but
The
Kylo's
smart thing. He's doing the smart thing.
Kylo's ship is still black and red, which by default makes it cooler than most ships.
Did he fail a boost left, or did he just hit the wrong button? I think he's trying to plead wrong button here.
That's my favorite. My favorite aspect of TTS is the whoops.
Favorite way to cheat.
Yeah. As you know,
Yeah.
cheating is how I do well at any game.
Oh, it's the way to go. I do think. Yeah, maybe they're talking this out. I think on TTS, yeah, it looks like a failed action. So okay, Gina's going the other way. So maybe he was wary of the potential block, so he talon rolled the other way.
Yeah, again, this is the trouble with Gina. Gina can do red moves all day and get rid of the stress, but she never gets an action, right? That's why, and self bump,
Yep,
which,
anybody.
yeah, not great.
Yep. So
we got Wedge, just going to take his first shot here.
yeah, I'm guessing.
Nothing for Kylo, yeah.
Okay, so he's passing Gina's stress to Miranda.
That's fine, because Miranda's going to do a 1 next round. It's all good.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it is a little. I mean, it's not the bluest dial, the K-wing.
No, but for the moves he's interested in, it is.
Oh, he's shooting backdraft. I don't know. I think you gotta.
You're not.
focus on Kylo.
I don't think you're getting any damage in on Kylo with this. At range 3 with 2 force and no mods.
When you roll that, well, the thing is, Kylo would lose a die because of.
Here's the secret. I forgot the secret. Just roll good all the time.
Yeah. Well, see, Kylo would have been rolling the same number of dice.
It's hit crit going in on
Did
backdraft.
backdraft not roll enough dice? Then? Oh no, it's Wedge's build. Yeah. So. Oh, I guess Kylo would have been rolling one more.
So that's a fuel leak.
Yep, an academic.
Which doesn't mean anything. It's going to be totally fine. Yeah, all right. Good job.
I was wrong. He shot the right person, but I do think he might shoot Kylo here with Gina.
I am glad to see Dan rotate the arc on the SF to the back, so at least get a shot from there. So backdraft and the Zeta Squadron both getting shots in. All right, so we're
time on target for the ships here, but not a lot of mods this time.
Yeah. Well, I think Gina's shooting that tie SF to try and strip that focus. Just one crit.
Gina didn't
in.
go to Natty Academy with Wedge, and he's safe.
That's why she's only I5. She can't roll natties like Wedge.
Yeah, she's getting slapped by.
I mean, Dan's target priority is kind of tough right now. It's like, is it worth it to put shots into Miranda, who's not a ton of points, but is going to be easy to get damage on? But Gina's still at full. Again, low initiative making a lot of points, but you want to kill Wedge. It's tough to kill Wedge.
I guess he's shooting.
He's shooting Wedge, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
No mods. He's fine.
Yeah, I think you got to shoot one of the one agility ships here with no mods, but yeah, I also would have. Yeah, focus would have been. I mean, it's obvious thing to say after he rolls a hit and 2 focus results, but there was
right.
I didn't see a reason to barrel roll, right? So
well, he barrel rolled. He barrel rolled to get out of the way of Kylo. He knew he was 5-forwarding with Kylo, right? So
yeah, you're right. My bad. Still don't like it. It's the same situation. Kylo, is sitting there with no mods.
Yeah. Oh, Kylo's got the Force, so Kylo, you can't say he's got no mods, but...
No, but I mean, if he had bumped, nothing would be materially different about this other...
Oh, I see. Yes, I understand what you're saying.
Token.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, I guess he messed up the boost, so that's another thing we don't count on doing. But... Alright, so I think he's got to go into... I know he's got 1 damage on...
Well, and again, Dan is not a first order player.
Gina's range 2, so this is got to go into Gina, right? Yep.
Eyeballs. Hey, you can spend that focus, get 2 hits there. Like I was saying, Dan is again not a first order player, but also not an Imperial player, so he doesn't have a lot of experience with the auto thruster's ability. Like thinking to always have that free boost afterwards is it's a tough trigger to remember.
And clearly he's shown a willingness to do red maneuvers with Kylo, so it's entirely possible he didn't want to even risk a stress token here.
Right, of course.
Which, man, if he Talon rolls again.
He Talon rolls again. But he actually de facto wins. We call it right there. Dan wins.
He wins the cool guy medal we're gonna send to the mail. I don't know if he wins the game, but okay, so
I'm just imagining teenage Kylo Ren at high school telling his friends how he drifts around in his TIE silencer on the weekends.
Yeah, that did not. That turn did not improve Dan's situation.
No, but it also materially didn't really do much for Joe.
I mean, they did the same amount of damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, Dan cannot be trading 1-for-1 damage at this point in the game. So
let's see.
Yeah, this is my problem. Is
I'm trying to think what I would do here. Now, I mean, Miranda's got to do a blue, so I'd say Miranda's probably banking, or just doing a 1 straight and again rotating, but then no mods, remain modless.
I'm thinking in terms of Dan here because just what's the comeback play and it's just tough when he's in this position of he's in the position of someone who is running for points. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not that it's wrong for Backdraft or this, generic SF to be using their back arcs, but Backdraft
especially.
Backdraft is going to 2-turn and maybe barrel roll again to try to keep arc.
Now, what's the slowest move Backdraft can do? Is it a 2? Can he 1 bank? I know some.
They have 1 straights and 1 banks, which is nice, but he'll fly off the board. I don't know if you want to make that kind of calculus.
Well,
1 bank, right?
I mean, the truth of the matter is, Backdraft's coming off the board. He's at 1 hull, right? So if he does a 1 bank and is able to snag a target lock on Gina, then he's got that homing missile still. He fired out the back and either 1 guaranteed damage or Joe, doesn't like the feel of 1 free damage, and he makes the mistake that a lot of people facing homing missiles make, and they lets him roll, and then it's 4 dice.
Yeah. I do wonder if maybe the best thing for Joe is to ignore Backdraft, but yeah, you're right. He's barrel rolling with the...
Okay.
I guess he's probably getting out of Kylo's way again, but
right.
Losing mods for these to clear Kylo's path is... I think it's been a problem. I don't know. The problem here is I don't think he's in range. Does he have a target lock already?
On who?
On anyone, because I just don't think he's in range to grab one here.
No, he's not. No, but he had one earlier on Wedge, but he spent it.
Ooh, that big bomb!
Wow, it's precision flying. Joe's always been known for his precise medium base flying. People say that about him.
That's why they call him Precise Joe.
Yeah, I was just that's why they call him medium base Joe, but still.
He's a man of many nicknames. He's got a big Wikipedia page in the nickname section.
No, it's a Wikipedia page actually.
Yeah.
Under legends only though. He's not in the new canon.
Maybe target lock Kylo here.
Or stick focus token.
Yeah, my concern. I guess he can reach yellow, but
I don't think Kylo is going to be. I mean, ideally, Kylo is not going to be in Miranda's arc after this move.
Yeah.
Here's the 3 bank.
A thing for next turn.
And then we're going to see. Hopefully, we see boost. I probably would have done the focus boost because then he's wide open for that 2-turn next turn.
Yep, I think that's what you said earlier. Is
Yeah.
used to,
I mean, I'm not used to it either. I'm not. I take a firm no bad guys stance. In the
I'm more of a singular pro Ryan Johnson stance. So I flow a lot of silencer and a lot of resistance bombers.
all right, that's fair.
But
I do like the silence. The silencer as a ship is gorgeous, and I actually really like the Tie Baron as well. Another first order ship. Big fan of that bankroll. All right.
See, I don't see. I
mean, she's getting out of Wedge's way, right? Like, because Wedge is coming up with something here.
Yeah. I just, they're both sacrificing maneuverability for.
Yeah. So now does Wedge take a focus here? Does he take a target lock? Does Wedge let Gina handle backdraft basically, and does he go after the SF? Because if he splits fire here, he could conceivably kill both of these ships.
He could also accidentally not kill backdraft.
Exactly. Or he could also not kill either, right? So it's a tough choice.
You're ahead. I shoot backdraft. Don't mess around, right?
No, Joe, go for glory.
No, Joe. Good man.
Smart move, Joe. They call him.
Yeah, I'm editing the Wikipedia right now.
That's canon now.
Okay.
Oh, all right. It's going to be a dead backdraft. Let's see how dead.
Just barely dead.
Minimally dead.
Tragically dead. Okay, so he takes one, dies.
That puts Joe up to 95. And still 53. Let's see if Dan can get anything
now the
done
problem
here.
is, and this is why...
I mean, Dan's only shot this round is going to be from the SF, and that's not going to do enough onto Gina or Wedge, truthfully, to get any sort of meaningful points.
The thing is, Kylo can pull out basically any end game.
Yep.
But he needs the clock, and he doesn't have the clock.
Yeah, we got 12 minutes left on the clock here.
Yep, his enemy is the clock. It's also the rebels and the scoreboard, but it's the clock.
Sam, I don't know if you know this, but time comes to us all eventually.
Huge if true.
Oh man, stick around. Stick around while we stream Sam's.
I'm on the sideline working to confirm your report, Pete, that we are all just dust in the wind.
Well, actually, after this, if people want to stick around, we are having a live stream of Sam's existential crisis, realizing that life is fleeting.
What's happening there? Did Miranda regen a shield? I think. Yeah, I think she regened a shield to whiff. So she can get a shield back to roll fewer dice?
I believe she can, yes.
Oh, so here's automated targeting for you. So that makes the barrel roll make more sense.
Doesn't need it. Natties.
And that's half points on Gina.
There we go. No, that's not half points on Gina.
Yep.
That is 2 shields on Gina.
No, she already had 2 down from last turn.
Oh, pardon me. That is half points on Gina. And just like that, Dan... 95-78.
Yep, things are happening.
It's all happening.
All right, so maybe 2 turns left.
No, Kylo can either 1 turn or 2 turn here. 1 turn focus boost or target lock boost. But I think
here's what's good for. He could try to go for half points on Miranda. So she is 9 health total, and she's taken 2. So. Gotta do 3 more damage, which is very doable in 1 turn.
Yeah, right.
He could go hard after Miranda to try to avoid Gina and Wedge. The good news for... I mean, the thing is he can't take half points on Kylo, I don't think, and win. It just makes it really hard.
Right.
The other good news, though, I was going to say is that...
Wedge doesn't have... Wedge cannot 2-turn here. He doesn't have a lot of good...
Right, that's what I was going to say.
Like, he doesn't have a lot of good moves. Gina also can't get herself turned around in an advantageous position to take on Kylo. Maybe the 1 talent to the right, but that's not going to be... That's going to be a no mods shot. It's going to be range 2, probably range 3, right? So, there's not a ton of good choices for Wedge and Gina. Sorry, you were starting to say what? Like something happened?
No, I was just thinking through it. I would say Gina should, if she 1 turns, can she? I don't know. She probably
She could shoot the
not
SF,
Yellow's
maybe.
arc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking she tries to shoot the SF at a safe distance where she doesn't die, and Wedge. This might be the turn to 4K and just, open your arc up towards the middle of the board to threaten Kylo in the future. Yeah, so if she one turns here, I don't know if Gina can be shot again. Now, again, it doesn't really behoove him to shoot Gina specifically because once you get exactly half points on her, you can just try to get points elsewhere. Oh, so he's barrel rolling to cover basically anything Gina could do here.
Ooh, bump from Miranda's. That does
kind of an
bode-
unforced error because he doesn't clear the stress.
Right. And that's a pretty strong position now for Dan to hopefully come in and get those half points. Because if Dan does get half points on Miranda, then
lock Miranda boost rate here with Kylo.
Yeah. Or even a bank boost. Be fine.
Now I'm flashing back to the first engagement when he didn't shoot Miranda and thinking that this game might have been. Ooh.
Oh, Dan, you got your. Oh, the thrusters, my friend.
Also, he's putting himself in her arc. I think maybe if he straight boosted, he could have.
There's the auto thrusters move.
Yeah, but he needs the target lock.
Well, but now he's out of range of Wedge 4Ks at this point, right? So there's Gina with 2K.
Yeah. Okay.
Which that's going to be a shot. Oh, all right. So.
Ooh, okay. Wedge wants to kill here. Target lock. You're committed to killing this dude. Yep. Cool.
Now that move has to work out for Joe in order for him to kind of protect against losing half on Miranda.
Yep. So Miranda's just going to be like the stress battery now. I don't know if Yellow does Yellow have Wedge in arc? I can't tell.
Presumably, it's not going to matter. If Joe's plan goes according to plan, yeah, it's looking pretty good.
It's looking dead.
Well,
it's a confirmed kill contingent on this reroll.
No. Oh yeah, because he's only getting one die. Yeah, you're right. Right. Yep. So that is a dead tie SF.
Yeah, this is the sun is setting on the first order. This is still possible mathematically, I think, but
console fire. Man, you imagine out in the cold vacuum of space, everything just catches fire, and then you die, and the last thing you see is Wedge Antilles.
Well, I thought we were going to cover that more in my existential crisis after the game, but yeah,
it's a nice preview. Stay tuned, folks.
Okay, 112 to 78. Kylo's got a. This is why I'm thinking needed target lock, because if he rolls blanks here, it's just that much harder. Oh, forget blanks.
All right, spend the force, buddy. You're not getting shot. Right, there you go. There's one. Spend both, Dan.
What are you doing?
Dan.
What are you doing?
Dan.
What are you doing, Dan? Oh.
Here's the move now. Dan shows her the dark side.
Well, so okay. Dan. So now Miranda is 2 more from half. So I guess that didn't change things a ton, but yeah, I don't think there was a reason to. So
we're at least going to get one more turn here, so potentially.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Well, Wedge is not getting himself around. Like Wedge is not going to get another shot onto Kylo. I don't think. Maybe if he 3 Talon rolls, but it's doubtful.
Because I think he needs to basically kill Miranda. No, she's what, 42 points total.
42 points total. Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't. Is that enough?
Yeah, no, that's enough. Back brings in 120. So Miranda can't get away from this, right? Like Miranda is getting probably a range 1 shot from Kylo next round. There's no.
He needs to get the lucky string of crits that kills Miranda,
right?
Which is why he needed to spend the force on that last turn, because then it would have been like in the vaguely possible. Because then Miranda would have 5 left, yeah. And of course, he can't use half on Kylo, so. I think this is Miranda just needs to peace out. She can't slam because she's double stressed, but she needs to get out of there. Easy 1 bank left from Gina. take a focus or target lock, and then.
Yep. Yeah, that's the concern because again, Miranda, she's not getting away because she can't slam. She's double stressed. No defensive mods. But did he just block his own one bank from?
Oh, okay. So one straight from Gina looks good now.
Dan's got to regen one of his force. If you're able to ping that.
I can't. Yeah, is the probably academic at this point, but
Dan have a shot on to Gina there.
Yeah, but he's not gonna have Miranda, so I don't think there's any one condition unless they get another turn in this real quick. Also, I think he's about to lose.
I mean, he could kill Gina.
I thought he was going to talent roll here with Wedge, but
killing Gina is another 25 points, which is not nothing. I also I fully expected the talent roll from Wedge.
Yeah, a little conservative from ahead. Boost focus with the S-wheels closed.
Yeah, there's no shot for. That looks pretty out of arc to me. We'll check it though.
Up to me. What are we waiting on, fellas? Dan needs to be doing some kind of like super rolling here to get another turn in.
Yeah. Speed wing is what you need to do.
Goes filibustering for the win right now. He's reading the Wikipedia entry for Darth Vader's cape, and he's winning.
Hey, actually, I was reading that wage earlier. It's a lot of good material.
Yeah, it's
Vader's cape. He's got a chain on there.
It's better than Moby Dick.
Oh.
All right, here we go. 4 dice into Gina. Yeah, this is Kylo Ren. So
Hit crit, and I can't see what the fourth one is.
Spins a force, so he gets.
So 2 hits and a crit.
Hit crit. Not gonna do it. It doesn't change the score at all. It's bad news for.
What's that crit?
Direct hit.
Oh,
direct hit. So step 1.
Gina.
It's as if he did nothing at all. And here is the potentially game sealing.
Yeah, if this had points on Kylo Ren, then, or yeah, I mean, theoretically, it could kill Kylo Ren.
Spin the lock, as Emperor Palpatine once fell, so falls the last Skywalker here. Nope.
Not a Skywalker.
Kylo could die if he blanks out. Nope. But he takes a crit.
That's half points on Kylo Ren. Yep, this is leading by 77 right now.
Ooh, and it's fuel. So that actually puts Miranda in play to kill him here.
Shout out to Dan. Good use of the crit tokens in this game. I played a guy last.
He's a bit of a game state man.
Played a guy last week. Didn't put a crit token out. Really chaffed me. I wasn't feeling it.
It was like a wedge between us, pun intended.
Wow. Yeah, you think Dan's feeling like you felt when we played last week? And let me just check the record here. Oh yeah, kicked your ass up and down the digital streets.
It doesn't have to be this way.
I had to savor it.
I'm like Ray in the last night. Please don't go this way. No, you're still holding on to last week.
Yes, let the past die. You're right.
Miranda can shoot, right? Did she shoot?
No. I think, definitely the last round. We got 10 seconds left here. Let's do the Miranda shot. There it is. Range 2. No mods. It's Kylo Ren.
Crit could pop him, though, because of the fuel.
No shields to spend.
Do it, Joe. Do it.
Let's give in to your anger.
One hit. Not gonna do it. No. By my explicit instructions to do it. It's not been done.
I specifically asked you.
All
right. Well,
ball game.
That is ball game. You want to jump down? Let's go talk to these guys and.
Yeah, good game, guys.
Yes, good game. All right,
I'll say it now before we're talking.
That's right. Make sure you tell them that they did a bad game, and when you talk to them, all right, I'll see you there.
I was going to try and get Miranda to block up shots, and it never happened.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
silly.
Good game.
Yep.
Good game, everybody. How you doing?
Yeah, that was
Thank you.
that was fun.
That's fun. Dan, how do you feel about the first order? You're going to start investing?
No, I can't. I'm not an ace guy. I don't know what to do with him. Like I never got into him.
Yeah.
And and Kylo's all about that. Like you need to know exactly what to do with an ace.
Yeah. We talked a little bit about that because you and I are the same in that we don't really play Imperial and we don't really play First Order. So these ships with auto thrusters, like these ships where it's like you're able to do something and then boost. I forget every time, and there were a couple opportunities it seems like you had that, whereas we're sitting there rooting for like, all right, he's gonna do this, and then the boost didn't come.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm always too scared to give Kylo stress. I'm like,
Right. You did have that pretty bold 3 Talon roll that neither of us saw coming with Kylo.
Awesome. I had
That
no
was
idea
yeah.
that was going to happen.
The
it worked
Caught
out.
me off guard.
I mean, shocked. I thought it was do like a 3 hard in command. I didn't expect Gina to turn around. I keep forgetting that Gina's always going to turn around.
always yeah that Gina Kylo face down was very satisfying to see unfold.
Not as satisfying as a 5-hit Shara Bay dream shot.
Yeah, that Shara did her job
on poor Lieutenant Rivas.
Oh yeah.
I gotta say that my one objective for the game was to figure out a way to get that Shara trigger to happen, because I thought this is never going to work. Like, it's just too hard to get a lock and an anti-focus and not bump. And my personal objective was meant to get Shara to work.
and you did it after getting ionized, right? Like that was
that was lucky.
Oh.
Pretty lucky,
Yeah, I thought Dan might do something to block or something to get away from Shara after she was ionized, and then when he 2-banked, I was like, oh man, Pete, it's happening. It's all happening for the Shara Bay fan club.
Yeah. I didn't think about it. I didn't think quite enough about where she was going to be and how useful it would be to block her even after an ion.
Right, and it's such a first edition ability, which I think I was talking about before the game, that people forget about. I mean, that's half a Jank tank, is you forget what cards you have and what cards they have. And
yeah, did you got at least one snapshot trigger remembered? There was a couple that were missed, but
I missed a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
I was,
And that again, but I mean, with the Jank tank, it's really hard to remember. Like, you didn't build the list, right? Like, you didn't pick snapshot on these guys, so it's like, why remember to use it, right? It's really tough.
Pete built the list.
I did. Yeah, I actually I count this as both a win and a loss for me, emotionally.
There was a turn where Dan, all your ships were without shields, but they had all of their hull, and I said, this is a First Order player's dream when he gets to build his own list and use Fanatical.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I actually asked Dan about that. I said, so wait, exactly 0 shields and exactly no damage on hull. Does anyone have Fanatical? He's like, no. I'm like, oh,
No.
okay.
No fun abilities that are predicated on being damaged or whatever. So.
I was really looking forward to getting those homing missiles off too, Dan. That's unfortunately that didn't come out.
There was no point to ever doing it. There's so much hull on there's so much health on the board. Like, why would I ever throw a homing missile out there?
Yeah, no, that's fair. I mean, I guess the hope is that you throw it out there and then Joe, takes the chance with the dice, right? Like, which.
Yeah, but like when he has like twice as much hull as I do on the board from the start, he just I'll take the one.
Yeah, a beefy list.
The homing missile is for if you were facing a different wedge and a different Shara.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
It's for the A-wing versions of those ships.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not so useful here. Not the most useless upgrade in
No.
Jank tank, but not the most useful.
I just it's entirely.
Sorry, go ahead, Joe.
Well, I was just gonna say it does guarantee damage, right? So if
Right.
you're possibly getting like for the B-wing like over 1 shield, which can sometimes be a pain to get over that threshold and start putting crits in. Having that shot where you guarantee you can get it over the cusp is pretty useful. But yeah, it's it's just like tactical scrambler on the K-wing. I was like, that was my secondary objective was to get the tactical scrambler to go off once, and I thought we had it early, and then Dan pointed out I was wrong. So that was I was like, well, wait, tactical scrambler. I was like, no.
Another first edition throwback card. We had a couple of remember first edition cards, and Pete literally does not remember first edition.
That's true. I'm not a first edition man.
I never played it. I mean,
Yeah.
Pete and I played one time. We talked about that, but I never played first edition. I got into it after the second edition came out. So I've never flown a K-wing.
Yep.
I've flown a lot of B-wings, but never Gina. I've never flown Wedge in a match against somebody. So this was all pretty fun to try and like.
Oh, you gotta.
Never flown in the arc either.
Yeah.
Or any Rebel arc.
Yeah. The irony was that Nora, who had Shara's ability in first edition in the arc, and Miranda in the K-wing would have been so expensive together that it was basically a 2-ship list in first edition, and you would have never been able to fit Wedge, much less Wedge and a B-wing. Yeah. So it was a real sign of the times.
Now I've played.
Stink now, so that's part of the problem. No, I think you guys both had good lists. That's kind of the funny thing.
Yeah, I did not get like my goals. Like I got Kylo in there too quickly, and then I don't know how to range him. So I wanted to get that. Ideally, with this, it's dare somebody to attack you, and then give them. I'll show you the dark side, and then hit them with a mag pulse.
Mm-hmm.
For your choice of crit under the shield.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite get that all.
Man, we were shouting at the injustice for you on that ion torpedo Natty's shot where had that been range 1 on Miranda, like we were screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough because
I actually
4 dice.
Go ahead,
sorry. No, I'm being wistful about Kylo. I'm biased for the First Order.
Yeah.
It's your best boy.
I was saying to Dan during the game, I played one online tournament with Kylo and 4 FOs, and convinced myself I was not capable of playing Kylo effectively. Even though it's a lot of fun, like that list I thought was really fun to fly because you have this big threat with constant damage from the block of TIE fighters, and Kylo can be all squirrely. But I just like being patient and figuring out the right time to come in with him is tough for me. One thing about this list I thought was really cool is that Miranda is actually an interesting ship to fly. The fact that you can keep getting that extra shot with giving up a shield and then recharge it the next time and then give it up again. Like once you get into that sort of circling mode where you can keep the arc to the side and sort of just circle around and present a constant 3-gun threat, I think is actually really cool. And I never really paid any attention to that ship before. I mean, it's
Yeah, I think Sam referred to it as a crappy Millennium Falcon.
Yeah. Which for 42
40 points is not bad. Yeah, not bad to have a crappy Millennium Falcon. Yeah, and medium base.
Right.
In Jank Tank, she's completely on the power curve. When Pete showed me these lists, I said, Pete, you screwed up. These are real lists, almost.
Listen, I could have gone with Dan's initial list. I did have to redraw that one. It was Petty Officer Thanison and with way too many upgrades and only one other ship. And I said, this is not acceptable. So I re-rolled.
Upsilon is tough, and Jank isn't Jank.
Yeah, it's just there's too many slots for it to throw stuff on there. Yeah. All right. So, what do you think, Joe? Are you gonna fly Gina again ever?
I talked to Dan a little bit during the game also about this. I really like flying 10 and Braylon.
Yep.
And compared to them, I find Gina's I can turn around a lot ability a lot less interesting.
Yep.
But she survived to the end of the game, which never happens with Braylon and 10 when I'm flying them. So, maybe that's just Jank Tank luck, or
that's because Braylon and 10 are good, so people shoot them.
That's a great point. It does add a wrinkle where you can get her, just shooting if you're up close, especially, and being able to do that 1K turn.
Yep.
Having 4 dice go off, many rounds is eventually going to pay off, and especially toward the end where I was able to actually, use target locks and stuff and get some rerolls. So maybe my eyes open a little bit to Gina, but I think she's inferior to 10 and Braylon generally, especially now that you can use Ahsoka to give them actions.
Now, the other thing that I don't know if you disclosed this or Dan disclosed this, but Dan went full random with his faction. I rolled the die to select Dan's faction for him, so he the true jank tank crown goes to him for the most random selection. But
Dan, do you even own these ships?
no.
I own first edition. I accept everything first edition. Second edition around, I'm like, I'm not gonna do this anymore. So yeah,
I noted that in your defense at the start of the game. I don't think Dan owns the cards
Yeah.
that he's using.
This
Which does open us up to an FFG lawsuit, but
I've been trying when because I didn't really get into playing TTS until about 3 or 4 months ago, maybe 5 months, and I played a little bit on against people in person, but not much because of the pandemic. But I've been trying to buy ships that I fly a lot online just to be a good sport, I guess, in terms of.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm right there with you, Joe. Just word of advice: don't.
I'm not.
You can't actually. Good luck.
I know. I could get the first edition one, I guess, but.
Or should you? I actually.
No, I do think Miranda's a little interesting though. If you've got the points, like being able to circle around and blast people, like it's there's a lot of beef there, so it's.
Listen, the people who love K-wings are.
I'm a super pro hyperspace and also very
Pro K-wing
movie canon. So I started the Rebels from the ground up, and I'm just getting the X, Y, A, B type ships basically, and the Ghost, which I love. But just I'm staying canonical. No novels from 1996 in my faction.
So, what kills me is that this ship design is just garbage. And and if you read the Black Fleet Crisis, the K-wing has no guns on it. Literally, all it was a bomber. It had a couple big bombs.
Now
Listen,
that
if
does differ.
Escape Craft has 2 guns. Anyone has 2 guns.
The autopilot drone.
FFG reached a few times when they're making stuff up.
Yeah, the K-wing kind of is the oops all guns ships of of design.
God, it's so ugly.
It came out right after the Matrix. What does this ship need? Guns, lots of guns.
That's funny.
It's definitely an under-designed lat.
Yeah, speaking of lats, can't buy those anywhere as much as I want to because I've been playing those online. God help me, can't find them.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, fortunately, they're not great. But
yeah.
What I found is really interesting with that, it's I guess kind of similar to the Shara Bay focus shenanigans, with the combination of fire convergence and then also seventh fleet gunner.
Oh yeah, the 5-die CLT list.
Yeah, flying it. Yep, so I've been flying it with Annie in the Delta 7, and Obi in the ETA 2. And I'm not good at it, but it's really fun to try and figure out the timing, and get the pieces together, and the lat for that purpose is pretty awesome.
Can I just say that Dan should take his separatist BS down the street because we all love the lat and we don't need to hear his.
Hey, look. Okay, so I have a lat, and the problem is, I love this.
Whoa.
I'm really bad at them, and I love them so much that I feel bad when I lose with them, so I stop playing them. Like anybody else, I could lose with. I lose the first order. I don't care. I lose the separatist. I'm like, man, this is the thing I like. This is the thing I want to be good at, and I'm bad.
You have to write an apology letter to General Grievous.
Yeah, I'm very precious about it, so I don't take it to any major tournaments.
Yeah. Well, the problem is the other problem is that when I play Republic, I'm not good enough to play aces, or I'm not good at playing aces, so I just play clones, which are just suboptimal play for Republic. So I'll just play clones. It's fine.
Well, maybe we
Listen,
should.
if you want to play, yeah, I think maybe next week we'll let people pick their lists, or not. Screw it, more Jank Tank, right?
Yeah.
Thank you though, thank you Dan, thank you Joe, thank you guys for playing. This was great. I hope you had fun. We had fun.
Good, I'm glad.
And I'm just gonna give a blanket apology for everything I said.
Yeah, you should.
No,
That makes
really
sense.
honestly want to hear. It's the only way to learn. Is just psychological torture.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it also. This is my first time playing on a stream of any kind, so I'm curious to hear what you guys had to say about the matches that was going on. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, well,
There's some insight within lots of gibberish.
So guys, so much gibberish. Yeah, thank you.
That sounds about right.
Thank you again for playing. Thank you everybody for watching. Everybody jumped in the chat. Thanks so much. And yeah, I think we're gonna try and make this weekly thing, right, Sam? Maybe next weekend, maybe next Sunday again.
Yeah.
Sunday night is the place to be.
Promise, but I'm also.
I am committing you.
Get a quick game in during the week if anyone's around. So.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks again, guys. We're gonna log off here. We're gonna stop the stream. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon on the NYC X-Wing Twitch channel. Bye.